girl, when you go back and look on it, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, like, I prophesied it over myself. What's up, YouTube? It's Kira here. We're back with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kirarai, and if you're returning, then welcome back. Y'all already know I am here in New York City, and this is my first video sitting down here in my dorm room. As my first video, I wanted to make sure that it was all about giving thanks to God and acknowledging Him, because I know that I would not be here without Him. And so we gonna bless the space and praise Him in advance for everything that He's about to do, okay? Those of you who are new to my channel, I just moved to New York City, as I just stated. And this is something that I have been praying for, oh my gosh, it's been about 8 years. It has been a very, very long time. And I always felt like New York was something that God kept placing on my path intentionally, because I want to say I was 15 years old the very first time I came to the city. I never thought that this was going to be a place that I would be able to live in. It just always seemed like such a dream that was so far away and so unachievable. But somehow throughout the years, I've ended up here maybe like 5 or 6 other times, and I'm like, all right, God, that ain't no coincidence. Like, and the thing about God is he's so intentional about His timing and dropping hints in our life. And He'll drop a hint and let you know that, hey, this is gonna be somewhere in your future, but I'm not gonna tell you when. And that's exactly how I felt about New York. I originally wanted to come for college, and when I was in the process of applying to undergrad, you guys know I ended up at TCU, but my first choice was actually SUNY Purchase. I was looking at SUNY and I was looking at Fordham. Fordham's program is connected to Ailey, and I was like, I want to be there so bad. I want to be there so bad. I didn't even get to apply to Fordham. I didn't even get to apply to Purchase, and then I got into Fordham's dance program, but not the school because my SAT score wasn't high enough. So when it came to choosing my college, clearly I ended up at TCU, and I am so happy that I went there. It was definitely a struggle. And I don't want to go back there. But at the same time, I loved it because it gave me so much and allowed me to grow. And now that I have this perspective, I know that if I had come to the city when I was a freshman in college, I wouldn't have been ready for it. It would have ate me up and spit me out, and I would have been very, very upset and hurt and just all that in the end. But anyway, even while choosing TCU, I still had this calling. Still, New York was still on my mind. It was still on my heart, and I was just like, how am I gonna get there? Something that is so important to me is journaling. And honestly, if you don't journal, let me tell you, if you got any thoughts in your head or any wants, desires, whatever it is that aren't able to happen right now, write it down, y'all. Write it down. It is so important to write down. Like, our words are so powerful, and what you say, like, you literally have the power to speak things into existence. And again, it might not be immediately, but if it is in God's will to happen, then it's gonna happen. And I wanted to emphasize writing things down because I wrote down going to TCU my junior year of high school, and it happened. I wrote down moving to New York City my junior year of college, and it happened. And I was actually going to, hold on, I wanted to actually show you guys. I wrote it in detail, baby. And when you write things down, write it in detail, because girl, when you go back and look on it, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, like, I prophesied it over myself. I wanted to show you guys this because God sometimes places things on your heart that you don't even know. You were like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I'm gonna be doing this when that's not what I'm studying right now. But He will place things on your heart and you have no idea what it means, but if you just write it down and let it just sit, He will begin to show you how that is gonna happen. And that's how I felt about moving to New York and study arts admin. So this is what I wrote down. I don't know if y'all can see, but it says, I'm looking at my little camera. It says New York City right there. And I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but essentially, like, I was saying, hey, after I graduate, and very detailed again, like I mentioned earlier, but I was like, when I graduate from Texas Christian University, I'm gonna have my bachelor's of fine arts in modern dance. My YouTube is gonna start growing. I'm going to move to New York City. I'm going to work administratively for a company. I'm not gonna dance in a company. Like, all of this stuff was so specific. And I wrote this May 15th of 2022. Mind you, I had no intention of going to grad school. No intention. I knew that it was something I wanted to do later, eventually, because I was like, hey, I want to be a professor, you know, I'm gonna have to have this master's degree. But it was not on the forefront of my mind. Like, I was not sitting here looking at what grad school I want to go to when I became a senior in college. So I wanted to share that with you guys, because I felt like when I wrote this down, God just gave me a word, and I was just writing and speaking, not knowing exactly how it's gonna happen, and then he made it happen. I had to stop focusing on it. I had to just let him take control of my life and be like, hey, show me where I'm supposed to go. And he did just that. I am proud to say that I am now, you know, getting my master's at one of the top schools in the country, and that's really exciting and a blessing. There's nothing too big or too small that God cannot do. And there's that song, I think it's called You Are Mighty, and it's by Chandler and someone else. I'll link it in the description down below. But he literally says, he's like, there is nothing you cannot do. There's no mountain you cannot move. If you have said it, then he can do it. Like, there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he cannot do. And so whatever you want, like, don't just dismiss it, and don't plan as if he's not gonna make a way for it. Don't make plans as if he can't make a way. God can do anything, and like I said again, especially if it is in his will for you on this earth, then he's gonna make it happen. It may not be on your timing, but he's gonna make it happen one way or one day. All in all, I'm so excited, as I've mentioned many times before, to be starting this new journey in my life. I'm sure it's going to have its ups, and I'm sure it's going to have its downs, all of which I hope I can capture and document for you guys, and so I can like go back and reflect on it once, you know, I have my degree. But yeah, I'm really excited. And to my old people, you guys already know that I've been feeling, you know, in this whole waiting season when I was back at home, I've been feeling God telling me, your life's about to change. Like, all your prayers are gonna become answered in this season. Like, your life's gonna change on August 27th. That's when you move to New York. Like, you are starting your new season. You are starting to live in the newness that I promised you. And so it's week one. It's the beginning of week one, and I thought, part of me when I moved here, I thought that as soon as I got here, I would feel like completely like transformed, or if I stepped into another universe. But baby, no, that did not happen. I'm still feeling the exact same way, but it's not supposed to feel, I find that those moments of high are typically temporary. You know, I want to ride this wave and let the minute changes that happen along the way be the thing that transform me, you know, not some big grand gesture of boom, now you have this and now you have this, because God doesn't work that way. Like, he still would take his time to morph me and change me and bring all things new. So I hope that makes sense. But anyway, that's that. I'm excited to be here. That's the point of this video, and I thank God. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.